living life. I'm here, happy to be alive, happy to be here once again.
Yes. Welcome back. This is the third time.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love having you on.
Yeah, we appreciate it, man. Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
So you have a new look. Your hair is,
I had to bring out the fro,
I love it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I usually do wear my hair out, but it's necessary to, put it up sometimes so it can, get that, that protection and grow a little bit more. Yeah, I only do my hair really maybe like 3 times a year, because unbeknownst to the Black community, extensions aren't like super healthy to be putting in your hair all the time. But I've always been a fan of my natural look anyway. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
So let's jump into it. Okay, let's jump into it. Let's keep that relationship going.
Let's do it.
So let me ask you this: can a man and a woman be platonic friends?
No.
Thank you.
Why not?
Thank you.
Because of the nature of man and woman, like at the end of the day, like man and woman were made to procreate, So it's just like if a man is talking about he wants to be a woman's friend or a woman wants to be a man's friend, there is some level of underlying attraction. I have not been able to keep any gay friends, because me being intuitive, I pick up on the fact that they're attracted to me and then they start acting like they're attracted to me. And then it's just like, okay, I can't deal with confused energy because you just said that, you're gay. You live life as a gay man, but then, I come around and kind of seems like you don't really know what you are.
Okay. So have you ever friends with a guy, but you become attracted to him?
Yeah.
How did you handle that?
It ended up super messy. I would never do it again.
Okay, listen, do tell.
Oh, man. Okay. All right. Get ready for another messy story. Okay. So when I was in grade school, I had a friend and I was attracted to him and I told him and he was like, yeah, that's not going to happen. But, like I was kind of like an ugly duckling, like in school type stuff. So
Really?
Yeah, I told you guys in the past interview, I'm not a material girl, like I've never been interested in like really like dressing up. I was a tomboy, But basically fast forward into the future, during that toxic relationship, this friend was still around. And I I was really just like off my rocker in this toxic relationship, and then he was going through a toxic relationship as well. Basically, we ended up messing around, and I thought that it would end up like being more, but yeah, it just like more so was low key. He just was kind of like trying to use me. So it's just like when guys like I feel like act like they're a friend, they're really just trying to groom you. For a future times for when you may be vulnerable, so they can make their move on you.
Right.
But how this situation ended is like we went through a whole bunch of drama. It's basically a love triangle. I was going between him and my ex. And like when it finally ended with the ex, I thought that maybe it would work between me and him, but at the same time that my ex ended up getting his ex pregnant, this guy got another girl pregnant. So it was a double whammy, double heartbreak. I was just like, oh, they were both Scorpios, by the way. And I was just like, yeah, I'm done. But how the story ends is we're still in contact. And that's crazy because it's just like, my ex, like I haven't blocked on everything, but this guy, like I'm trying to block him out, but he the type, he ain't going nowhere. And in one of his recent messages, he told me, he was like, I'm gonna keep coming back to you no matter how much you verbally abuse and disrespect me. I was like, sir. And this is exactly why we were toxic. But yeah, there's like, we're childhood friends, so that that is just how we started off as, like, so at the end of the day, that's how we've ended, like they're just that respect, I'll just appreciate that he's still always reaching out no matter, how I try to push him away, so maybe it was just like a lesson, but there's no reason to end in hate. It happened, he still wants to just check on me, make sure I'm cool. So
Yeah.
I'm cool.
I mean, so as someone who's in a committed relationship, I would not be okay if, Rodney had a female friend that he wanted to hang out with. He doesn't, by the way. But yeah, I would take issue with that. I mean, as a woman, I've never been able to just be friends with a man. And I agree with you. I think even, I hope I don't get any hate for this, but I mean, I do think that some gay men that I've been around, first off, they kind of get a little handsy. And I think it's because they think because they're gay that they can kind of cross that line or whatever. And it's like, no, that's not okay regardless. You know what I mean? Like, but I think that, yeah, I've never been able to be friends with a guy without, him hitting on me or, yeah, I don't know that I've really been attracted to a guy that I've been friends with, but I've not had a ton of guy friends either. So, yeah, but I would not be okay if you had a friend that was a girl. I mean, people you work with, he works in the medical field, so of course he does work with a lot of females, but he's also on the phone with me a lot. So I know them all now too, and I've been there. Yeah. So I've met them personally, but I mean, nothing. That's just work.
Cancer, clingy, jealous.
A little bit.
Okay,
Well,
I think we're just more so.
Okay if I had a guy friend?
Hell no.
Okay.
Two peas in a pod. Okay, so it's just more so insightful. It's like if I find you sexy, other people find you sexy. So just keep it distant with these people.
Yeah,
but at the same time,
I've tried. It's never worked out. I mean, if we're friends for a business relation, sure. Mm-hmm. But just for the sake of being friends and hang out, go to it, no.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, he has one friend, but she lives a long ways away.
Yeah.
And they don't talk a lot. It's not like they talk every day. They
last time I talked to Molly maybe like 3 weeks ago, a month ago.
Yeah.
And she lives in Boston, I'm in Maryland, so yeah.
Yeah.
We've been friends, Jesus, for a while now.
But she's also older.
Yeah.
Yeah, not like, yeah. So, but that's not, I don't know. That's not the same as like having a friend.
No, around. No.
I mean, like we're just going to hang out, like, because that's my friend. Like, no, we are going to hang out with your friend.
Right. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah, like, but we're not, you're not going to go out to dinner with your female friend. That wouldn't happen.
So, are you jealous, Tash?
Yes, but I'm working on it.
Okay. No, you're not. Okay.
Right. I'm working on it. Don't give that skepticism, okay? Because listen, you took accountability about this stuff. Okay, so let me take accountability. In my last relationship, I was very, very jealous, okay? Mm-hmm. Like, now, mind you, this man played mind games and he went out his way to make me jealous too. But I have realized that same type of jealousy that I never understood him when he had it. It was just like, you should be okay with me having friends, but you cannot have friends, like that was immature of me, Yeah. So I had to realize that at the end of the day, first of all, friend is a very heavy, heavy title, so I think everybody should just use associates, until you really know that someone has proven their loyalty. But as far as, just having friends, at the end of the day, you do have to allow your partner to socialize. And it is proven that when a couple has friends in different friend groups, but I think that's more so like, the girl having girlfriends and the guy having guy friends, I think that's healthy. My ex, he did have a friend or two that he was really close with, but at the end of the day, this is small town stuff. These people grew up together, and like just one of his friends, like I knew for a fact that he wasn't like attracted to her, and it was really just their chemistry and close relationship that kept them together. So I've seen it happen before. I just haven't experienced it. But yeah, that jealousy, I've had to work on it. But that jealousy, like translated to other areas of life. Like as far as me not being a material girl, I used to look online at Instagram models and just be like, oh, these guys who my ex was showing all this attention to, while, like being nasty and mean spirited to me, the more so material, natural girl. I used to be like, dang, why can't I get that attention? Why can't I be like that? But then I learned how to do my makeup. I learned how to dress. I learned how to be more fashionable. And, I became that which I envied. And that taught me that jealousy is just immaturity. It's a feeling that you can't have something that someone else has. And I think, if you just look into it, you realize that A, you shouldn't want what someone else has because it's for them. And B, you should always be secure in yourself to know that if someone has something that you may want to have also, maybe not theirs, but you want that same thing in a way that you can get it, without being a hater, like you just have to build yourself up.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, so there was a video going around about a lady saying,
call it what you want, but I do not believe a woman who is out of shape deserves to be in a relationship. When it comes to love, there are rules one must abide by, and the first one is love thy neighbor as you love yourself. So if you cannot love yourself enough to make sure you are physically fit, emotionally fit, spiritually fit, baby, you are not qualified to love anybody else. Feel how you want.
what do you guys think about that? That's not my fight. If women say that.
So it said overweight women shouldn't be in a relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, you haven't been to South Carolina, okay? Because if you lived in South
Walmart, any Walmart, baby, any Walmart.
Did you just say Walmart?
He did. I mean, he's not wrong, but he did.
He's not wrong. He's definitely not wrong. So basically, yeah, you very, very skewed view of the reality, because in some places, like in South Carolina and even like in the Caribbean, bigger women are the preference, like I think that's why, like, part of the reason my ex preferred the ex before me over him, she was thick, like that's what, is big in the South and in South Carolina. You hear it in rap songs. I want her thick. I want her thick. Oh, she can't be too skinny. I'm pretty sure like most of these guys really only like me because, once again, I'm light skinned. I don't really think it's the body type. Because these guys want you to have a fat ass, big boobs and this, that, and the third. And over in the Caribbean, like I said, in overseas areas, a lot of times men prefer thicker women. So at the end of the day, like it comes down to who you are and where you are. Now, as far as that statement, I disagree. Everybody deserves love, like BBWs, they deserve love. You know what I'm saying? Like, and at the end of the day, they say thick thighs save lives. So once again, it depends on who you are and what you like.
I think so too. I mean, I think somewhat of the context, because she didn't say overweight. She said women who aren't in shape shouldn't date, which is kind of, I mean, in my mind, a little more about. Well, I think there's two sides of that. One is the physical image of a woman, right? So the physical image, if they're not in shape, if they're overweight, if they're, whatever, they're not taking care of themselves, then they shouldn't date. And I think that's not, I agree with Tash. Some men prefer bigger women. Some men prefer, different
Okay, let me
types
stop
of
you
women.
here. The men that prefer bigger women, they want a woman she might be big, but she's in shape. She's shaped well. Now,
I will say there are other women out there.
No, the women that vastly overweight. So it's that the torso and everything is big. The legs are skinny and no ass. No men want that shit. I don't care. No. We're not doing that. No. I'm putting.
Rodney, some people like that. I've seen it happen.
No.
Okay, I be sitting here looking at the women you're talking about, like, how the hell does she got a man and I don't? Okay,
No,
this is how I know.
Listen, there's a reason. Okay, she might have a good job or good benefits, or she might have a house. You want a place to stay with. I'm telling you, as a guy, a plus size woman who has like a slimmer waist and a thick butt and thighs, that's what they want. When they say that plus size, that's what they're talking about. A woman who's that big torso, big everything, but the leg is skinny and that can.
What if her legs aren't skinny? What if her butt's still big? What if her whole torso's big and her butt's big and her legs and her thighs are big?
Okay. Do I have to lift a full back to see the thing? I'm just saying.
Maybe.
Listen, if I have to listen, no.
We're not talking about Rodney. We're talking about other men out there.
Okay, I'm the only man here. I'm speaking for all the men. Listen,
Wow.
I'm speaking for all of us.
You're gonna get lots of
Rodney, you are not correct, sir. These men like those women that you say you don't like.
They
They
do.
do.
No, listen.
There is a-
No, Linda.
Baby, there literally is a porn industry for bigger women because men want to watch that.
Okay.
There are women who ain't all in shape like you said. Like
Yes,
they just
that's-
big.
I mean,
Listen,
large women.
there-
There are
there-
magazines. When I was growing up, there were magazines with women
I
who
know.
were
Yeah,
large.
okay, they will watch it. But how many men you see go after these women because they actually want that? Some men go after these women because that's what they can get. No, because those women will have an apartment, a house, a car, and those guys don't got shit. So they're using these women.
So
I'm telling you,
when
no,
You might have a point.
Stop.
When we get,
Oh,
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you my ex-husband's,
No, no.
my first husband's, his ex-girlfriends. I'm gonna show you.
No, listen.
Big women.
Listen. All things considered, if you put 3 women, it's like somebody who's slim, somebody who's thick, like a low thick with slim waist and big thighs and big butt, and somebody who's big torso, skinny leg and no ass. That the last one, big torso, skinny leg and no ass, would be the last one to be picked. But anybody.
He's got a point there. I mean,
No,
like
I'm
looking at
saying-
those pop the balloon stuff. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
I'm telling you.
I mean, I
like
think
as far as the ranking,
most
yeah.
men, yes, I agree with you.
No,
I agree with you.
no,
Here-
every
here-
man, the men that do that is for survival reason.
I agree. I do. Because I be sitting here wondering, like, what is it about me that I can't even just get somebody like what?
You're
Like,
intimidated.
No,
Very
it's not
intimidated,
that.
Josh.
It's okay, maybe too, but I'm just saying, if you don't have a house for them to live during the winter, if you don't have anything you can give it. No, listen, a lot of these women,
Yeah.
they will work 2-3 jobs. They will let the guys drive their car. They will let the guys stay over. They don't even ask the guy to chip in any money. You know what I mean? And then they usually they have low self-esteem. The guy can do whatever he wants. Usually those girls are happy just to have someone. I'm telling you, all things being equal, they will be the last to be picked.
Okay, I hear you. Can I finish my answer?
I'm from the Caribbean.
You interrupted me
I'm sorry.
when you said, "Can you and Tosh answer this question?" I tried, and you interrupted me and took over the whole thing. Can I finish my answer? So, anyways, yes, that part of it, the physical part of it, I agree with 100%. Now, in terms of like, should a woman be dating if she doesn't have all of the, or at least be on a journey to improve herself, to be spiritually minded, to be, centered, to be, working on any toxic behaviors that she has, to be, you know what I mean? Like, I do agree with that. Like, you need to be ready to date. You need to be working on yourself. So if that's in terms of, being, being better, being, you know what I mean? Like, I think all the way around, and that may include your physicality as well. You know what I mean? Like, if you haven't done anything with your hair, get a haircut, whatever, you know what I mean? In years, you're not taking care of yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you're not, it shows. It absolutely shows, and you should not be out there dating because you're not taking care of that. You're not going to get anyone who is worth anything if you're just projecting this person who's not taking care of themselves.
If you're not invested in yourself, you're not going to get someone who is going to invest
Absolutely.
in you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
One thing I would say about the guy though, if you're a guy, you vastly overweight, you're out of shape, and you broke, you have no business asking for a woman who's in shape.
Oh, 100%, 100%. And honestly, if you're vastly, I mean, I agree with it on both sides. If you're vastly overweight and you're not in shape yourself, whether you're male or female, should you be out there? I mean,
if you have money, If you have money, yes. Look at Rick Ross. Look at Rick Ross now.
I'm not attracted to him.
But he's vastly overweight. Trust me, the money is a great equalizer for a man. Let's be honest. The money is a great equalizer when it comes to a man. The women Rick was able to pull because of money.
Oh, I agree with that. I do agree with that. I mean, there are women out there that are all about
the money,
transactional relationships. Yeah. No,
Okay, so I'm gonna have to change my answer then, because like I can see what you're saying, because like my ex, I think that was his issue. Like he was definitely a big boy. He was kind of shaped like how Rodney was describing the women, like so skinny legs, really really big stomach, flat ass. He was shaped like his mother. So I think that was his problem, why he treated me so poorly. You know, it's just like he was never willing to invest in his body, and I would try so hard to get him to work out with me and stuff like that, and he wouldn't do that. But you know what he did do? Play basketball with his homies, you know, and treat me like I was nothing. And now I see it's because, you know, like he was jealous, you know, like for whatever reason, even though he had the ability, you know, to get the weight down, to have that type of body that he wanted. So I think it's 50-50. You know, I feel like maybe if that's just your body type and you really, really can't lose the weight, but at the same time, you know, you put that shit on, you know what I'm saying? Like you always done up, you got your nails done, you got your toes done, you smell good, you got your hair, like, listen, the hair, the nails, and the smell will get a guy no matter what you look like. Okay, they love women who smell good. They love women with long hair, women who do their makeup. Like that's gonna get you there. Like just period, whatever you look like, if you really keep yourself up, type stuff. But I think all in all, yeah, people in general who don't maintain a proper weight probably should just focus on like maintaining the proper weight before getting into
the I shouldn't have to lift your fupa to get the good. I'm just simply saying.
Wow. You can get so much hate.
Bro, I said that to insult a female who was pissing me off at work. Bro, like, why are we just like thinking the same thing? It was such a horrible thing to say. That definitely came out of my mouth. God forgive me.
We both want to hear. I'm sorry.
Okay, we're gonna do better.
Go ahead.
So speaking of relationships, let's talk about Fabulous Emily B and Country Wayne.
Okay. So the legend of the Scorpios continue, you know, because my guy, and first of all, I think this is so appropriate because it's Scorpio season, woot woot. So shout out to all the Scorpios. Fab is a Scorpio Sagittarius cusp. He's one of my he is my favorite rapper, besides Tupac. And I am just like, I'm so inspired. Like, I'm trying to tell you, like, when I was so down, like his soul tapes got me through, like the Summertime Shootout series, they got me through. And here's what I love about Fab. He's an emotional rapper. He doesn't just rap about, rarely does he rap about like killing people or this, that, and third. Like it comes out, of course. But what I like about him is he'll express how he got through heartbreak, you know, like so vividly, you know, and it's kind of like a big brother type of thing, to where you listen to a man say, hey, yeah, this girl, for example, in one of his most groundbreaking songs, which is Ball Drop with French Montana, and it's become a New Year's anthem. He says, getting money is the best solution. You know what I'm saying? And then another song off his Young OG project, he says, you know, last time I trust a nigga, he betrayed me. Last time I trust a bitch, she played me. Pardon me if I've been on one lately, but this is how you niggas made me. You know, so it's just like in that song, he was basically talking about how all these people was shitting on him when he was, you know, coming up, and then how he came up, and, you know, all these people just changed their whole, you know, tune type shit. So that's what I love about him. Like he's the type of person who can say, hey, listen, I know you're a woman, you have these emotions, but I'm a man and I've had these emotions too. And this is how I got over it. And so for him to, just be that candid of a rapper, and just me being a water sign, like him, I'm able to relate and draw strength from that. Now, as far as that wisdom's transferring into real life and into his relationship, not so much, and this is why, what Benzino said in in y'all's interview with him, you never want to meet your legends, because it's like, I definitely, love the rap, but when you look at him and Emily's relationship, like he's with the girl off and on for 20 years, like gave her 2 kids, never married her. And then there's the domestic violence situations, which is very unfortunate. And then there's these rumors, like for example, Hazel E just came out, I think a few months ago, or I don't know how long it was, but she basically accused him of giving one of her friends, who I think lived in Texas, a venereal disease that killed her. So it's just like, stuff that like that. It's just like, I have to really, once again, like just try to appreciate the artistry and not the artist, because I don't know that man. Now, Emily, moving on to Country Wayne. I don't know, like, because he's full Sag, he's full Sagittarius. And, that was Scorpio Sagittarius, so it's just like it could go either way, like it's just like a
It's not the same way because he's Fabulous 2.0. He's the same guy.
Country Wayne?
He has 10 kids by 5 different women. I mean, like,
wow.
Yeah. There's a lot of
he's
that.
not known to commit to anybody, and then he's still taking care of his baby mamas. He's still paying the mortgage, buying cars and everything.
Wow. Okay. So I was unaware of that, but I could see how it could seem, that we could just assume, that that's not going to be a great situation for her to be in. But at the same time, like perhaps it is just what you said it is. He's just financially supporting the baby mamas because he has to. It is his obligation. And he, at the end of the day, just, I guess, likes sex. And he just, it's not a fan of pulling out, So it's just like, it is what it is.
You're with him for the support?
I think she's with him because he makes her laugh. Like that's what like my mom is an Aquarius.
Okay, listen, if she wanna laugh, she can watch his IG. She don't have to be with him. You know what I mean? No.
Listen, a Sagittarius man, the being in the presence of a Sagittarius man is different.
She can watch his IG. She can watch Kevin Hart. She don't have to be with him. She wants to be taken care of. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But
you really think she's with him for the money?
Yes. Seriously.
Even with the fact that she would be like the 12th priority, because he got his 10 kids to take care of and himself, didn't her. You really, really think she got with him just for the money?
Yes, because 11 priority, 12 priority, she still gets like a nice house, a nice car.
I guess, I don't know. Like my parents are Sagittarius and Aquarius. Like my dad's Sag, my mom's Aquarius, and that's why I 100% feel like it's more so they have good times together. Like because that Aquarius Sagittarius connection, it's very.
When you have money, people.
Well, how long are those good times going to last, though? I mean, that's the thing. Like he's got kids. He's got. I mean, I wouldn't want to date somebody with 10 kids. That's a lot of responsibility.
Okay.
It's a lot of other people come first. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, we have almost all of our kids are grown at this point. So, we can take time for each other a lot.
It's not even that big.
But
okay.
10 kids? I mean, that's not.
Okay, but he's still dealing with the baby mama.
Right?
Okay.
Why do you say dealing with? Like, has there been like any gossip on him actually dealing, or is it just more so he's taking care of her?
Taking care of him. Okay, let me ask you this, right? If you meet a guy and he still have his ex as his phone wallpaper, would you date him?
Hell to the no.
Why?
Because clearly there's still some emotion. Because she's
okay. Now imagine you're dating a guy who's still taking care of 5 women he had kids with years ago.
Oh, I feel like that's just a little bit different because there's that obligation. But I do see where you're coming from. Like me
No,
personally,
no,
it'd be okay,
application for
but
child support, but not for you to taking care of him like that. He's doing child support and other things. Like I'm telling you, like I don't know. I don't know MLB, but
she got 4 kids too, though.
yeah, but exactly. So she don't want to go to work. Since so she just want.
Oh my, okay. Well, I mean, it might be what you like. At the end of the day, Fab did like he's like his latest music is I feel like more so disses towards her. Like one of his recent songs is Back to Back, to where he was basically saying that, hey, you used to ride in a Maybach and now you're riding a taxi. So you may be right because at the end of the day, what kind of career does she really have? Like, yes, she's a fashion designer, which is how she met Fab, and she's a wardrobe stylist, but we haven't really seen her as an entrepreneur, as a businesswoman. So I think it's very plausible what you're saying.
Yeah, what work had we actually seen her do?
Nothing.
I mean, there's nothing out there. I mean, at least recently anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And she's getting older in the game when young girl is a hot thing. She's getting older.
Yeah.
So now she gets this guy who has money, obviously, and he's willing to share some with her. She's like, you know what? That might be my last big deal. So let me just grab on it.
Yeah, I mean, if he's willing to take care of the other 5 women, then she may see it as that. Well, then he's going to be willing to take care of me too.
Yeah.
That's an Aquarius woman's mindset. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it's also, if he hasn't committed, I mean, I don't know. I see a lot of women out there who haven't done what it takes to get better, and they keep going after the same type of men. I mean, that's the other thing too, is that she doesn't sound like she's done anything to get better, at choosing a partner, because this sounds like is very similar to the partner she's had.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like somebody who's around and doesn't commit, and so
that's how I'm looking at it. I'm not going to be wrong, but that's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
Let's just hope those love and hip hop checks. And then she was also on Chrissy and Jimmy's show. Chrissy, like, let's just hope like maybe like her income from that, is actually
hip hop. They wasn't paying at that time like that.
But she was also on Chris and Jimmy's show though, so that wasn't actually like too long ago. And that show, like on certain channels, it still runs. And I'm pretty sure every time like those episodes play, she gets paid. I don't know how much, but
do you think it's enough to give her that lifestyle?
Definitely not that lifestyle she's living, because she be on, the ground with Cartier watches and embalming. So yeah, you're right.
If you want to keep that lifestyle, she could not have it on her own.
Right.
That's why she thinks with the country or fabulous. If he dumped her, trust me, she's gonna close her eyes and get the same type of guy who gonna, you know what?
Well, I will say that there are a lot of women out there that are very transactional. I mean, watching, we watch some of the like dating shows and stuff, and like they, women are out here trying to get, men that are making a lot of money. And
it's a new thing.
Yeah, it is a new thing. And like, that's fine, but like, should that be like your, your expectation is like way up here? Like, what are you know what I mean? Like what, I don't know.
They want it to be their ticket to a high class lifestyle when that's very unrealistic.
Yeah. But I mean, it's very materialistic, but I feel like, a lot of women nowadays, they don't want just a regular man. They don't want someone who's, maybe not making, 6 figures, but, they're making plenty of money for themselves, but that's not enough, so.
Because they want the guy to pay for everything.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
that's not always reality, though. You know what I mean?
It's not, especially in the world right now. I mean, everything is expensive, and people are
losing their jobs. And people about to lose their stamps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This country. I mean, and especially here, in the U.S. But yeah, things are not so great financially right now. So I don't know if this is a time to be expecting that high, top tier. But I guess I don't know. That's how they see their way out.
Yeah. So you talk about this a lot. You talk about zodiac, about sign. Do you actually think that play a role in relationships?
Yes and no. I've seen people who are supposed to be, like soulmate connections, divorce, and then other people who aren't supposed to be, the most compatible, they stay together forever. Like for example, like Waka Flocka Flame and Tammy Rivera. You know what I'm saying? Like Waka, he's a Gemini. Tammy, she's a Leo. That's supposed to be, soulmate energy. And it's just like in at least the woman's mind, he got everything that he wanted when it came to Tammy. Like she's short, thick, Black and Puerto Rican, that more so silky hair type. Even though like she did get surgery, entrepreneur, just like a powerhouse in her own right. And he was still unfaithful to her. So it's just like, stuff like that. It's just like, I just don't understand like why, certain parents like that, didn't work. But then you got, just other relationships between people who aren't the most compatible that just like seem to stand the test of time. So I think it's not just based on your sun signs. First of all, like there's many aspects to your astrological chart, your moon sign, your rising sign, all that. And I think that stuff actually can play a difference too. But all in all, you just have to be an evolved person, like because like I see fire signs and water signs get together a lot and actually stay together. Like, and that's because, they're just more so evolved to where maybe the fire sign just understands, their water sign sensitivity more. And then the water sign may understand the fire sign's impulsiveness and just like being quick to act, more, So it depends on the people, how well they're willing to accommodate each other and how well they've grown individually.
What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I've not really played into the zodiac thing that much in terms of thinking about like a partner. I don't even know what zodiac sign is my match. It's your zodiac sign too, so I don't know.
Yeah, we're supposed to go good with Scorpios, but you saw how mine went, just like also with Chloe and Lamar. That was Chloe's a Cancer, Lamar's a Scorpio, so we're supposed to go well with water signs, and we're supposed
Wait a minute. One second.
Yeah.
How come all the guys you name are Scorpios are crazy? Like, I mean, girl, name me some good Scorpio that.
There aren't.
Hey, she took the words off right now.
Good for you.
No.
Yeah.
Rodney, that's what it looks like. Okay, you said it. So first of all, you asking me, you're a Scorpio. You should be asking yourself that question, okay? Because inquiring minds want to know why y'all are so crazy.
Why are they crazy?
You want me to ask myself? Hey, Rodney, why are Scorpios are crazy? Well, boy, let me tell you why they're crazy.
Come on, write it down. You feel me?
Okay, listen. The way you make it sound, it seems like every Scorpio guys are like batshit crazy. We're not crazy.
I did not make it sound. I didn't say Jimmy Kimmel was batshit crazy. Now he got a mouth on him now. But hey, maybe we should look into Jimmy Kimmel's dating life because I've never heard any scandals coming out of him. He might actually be a good husband.
Okay, let me be honest with you. We are good people.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't be so soft.
That is true. Yeah. Every Scorpio I've ever met has a nasty little temper. Yeah. And is quick to get angry. Yeah.
See what happened was.
But you were the first one to call Cancers crazy. So
because
my ex always called me crazy.
I've always heard that my entire life. I've heard it my entire life.
Because you're crazy.
Really?
Listen.
Really?
We talked about this already.
Mm-hmm.
And I love you. With all my life, I really do.
Mm-hmm.
I love every crazy part of you.
Mm-hmm.
I choose that. I mean, I'm good with it.
Okay.
She's not crazy until you do something to make her crazy. She's very, very calm until you do something. Just like when you was interrupting her, she was like, "Excuse me, can I finish my sentence?" It's like that's when we get crazy because it's just like I was very, very silent, waiting to talk, and then here you go. That type of stuff is where we pop off like a fire sign. They say Cancer is the most fire of. No, I'm sorry. They say Scorpio is the most fire of the water signs, and then Cancer. So at the end of the day, like once again, two peas in a pod. Like we both have the same triggers. But I just really don't think that, like I said, it matters that much as far as, like zodiac signs. I think it really just matters yourself.
Tash, I thought you were my friend, right? The way you're going right now, that's not very friendly. I'm just simply saying.
I gotta tell you the truth, okay? You be telling me the truth about myself, and I be accepting it. Listen, we're gonna be truthful with each other, okay? Like when you tell me I'm crazy, like when you tell me I'm wild, I'd be like, okay, that might be, you know what I'm saying? But that's how we roll. We got to be honest with each other, you know, so we can keep each other up.
Oh, because I'm a Cancer. Cancers match your energy, so we're good. We're good.
Okay, we're gonna ask in the comments seriously. Which sign is the craziest? Is it Scorpio or is it Cancer? I'm telling you.
Inquiring minds will know.
Clinically,
drop your answer. We would like to know.
Please do. Let us know. Let us know, Scorpios. Oh.
Listen, I'm gonna claim this for us. Okay, there's nothing wrong with being called crazy because then people they'll stop fucking with you once they know that we're gonna turn up.
That's true.
Maybe I'm not the right one to be talking about this because I don't know too much about the zodiac thing. But I've been a Scorpio all my life. You know what I mean? So
I've been a Cancer all my life. It hasn't changed.
I'm telling you, like we could
imagine that.
What? We're good people. Like if you are good to us, we'll be extra good to you.
But that's what I think water signs do, though. I mean, honestly, is that we give the same energy that we get. So I agree with you. I mean, I think if you find a partner that's good to you, then you're going to be good to them. Like that's. I mean, but I think that's with a lot of people, just in general. Yeah. If you can find a partner that matches your energy, that that is good to you, that you feel like you want to fight for, then that relationship lasts.
So something Pisces.
I'm still in the level of craziness from 0 to 10, 10 being the highest. Scorpio maybe like an 8, and Cancer maybe like a 12 or 13. You know what I mean?
Wow.
When you push us, that 8 is true. But guess what? That 8 comes out quicker than that 12 will come out in us. That 12 only comes out in us when you done push and you done push and you done push and you done push and we done ignored you a good 7 times. Now after that 7 times, hell yeah, we're gonna take it to 12. And it ain't no taking it down, it ain't no calm down, it ain't no none of that. Because I gave you how many chances and you clearly think I'm a punk because I'm giving you chances. So now I got to show you.
So okay, so how long you think it takes for a Scorpio to get pissed off?
2 seconds.
I think it's the same for both, but I think it's the reaction. Like, a Cancer is more likely to like turn the other cheek. A Scorpio, oh yeah, I'm about to bite your ass right back. You know, so it's just like we take a little bit more shit than y'all, I will say, and so I think that's why we suffer more. Like you Scorpios, y'all just have a great way of reading people when they piss you off. Like us would be like, no, we're not going to. But someone say something stupid to a Scorpio, you gonna say something slick right back. It ain't no ignoring shit.
What happened to the other chick? Because listen, if you smack me here, it hurts. Why would I get hurt here? No, I'll give you 2 pieces. I'll mess up my own argument.
You did mess up your own argument.
She's
right. She's right.
You know?
I think Cancers can be crazier than Scorpios. I agree with that.
Can be, or you know what? Never mind.
No, but I think it's the can be because
not can be. It's just
because but it takes a lot longer.
Yeah, we don't pop off quickly. It's just like we're definitely the turn the other cheek type of person. Like I said, Scorpio, it ain't no turning the other cheek. Like you say something slick, yeah, you're getting something slick right back. But it's like we need to be more like Scorpios. I'm not gonna lie. Like, and I learned a lot from my Scorpio.
No, you can't be us. You can't be us. You can't be us. We just.
But we can learn from you. We can learn from you. Like me, I had to learn how to like if someone's giving me like trash energy.
Look from somebody else.
So
you cannot copy us.
Let me say something.
Yes.
I will tell you. I will tell you though.
Oh, you want to be nice now because you got called out?
As an older Cancer who used to be a little more Scorpio-like in my toxic days, I feel like as an older Cancer, I can calm a Scorpio a little bit better now.
Why are you calling me?
By staying calm.
Really?
Mm-hmm. She didn't have to calm you down, Rodney? That's what I'm hearing. She didn't have to quell that anger because you about to turn shit up.
You think you calm me down?
Do you think I don't?
I know you do.
Okay.
You're so cocky. Jesus.
But I think that that's what you learn as you get older. I mean, because seriously, I did when I was toxic. I mean, I would not turn my cheek. You know what I mean? Like I reacted right away. As I've gotten older, I learned that it's not.
You don't know, like the toxic way will not be flying here too.
I know, that's what I mean. But it won't fly with any relationship. That's the thing, is like, it's not just you. I mean, it's any relationship. So it's what I've learned as I've gotten older is that it's not that I'm turning my cheek. It's that I've learned to de-escalate. I've learned that, the craziness can come down a notch. You know what I mean? Like, it's not for both sides. And
listen, the way I was before, the way I am now is different.
Yeah.
I am a much better man with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But and
I'm a much better woman.
But listen, all men, I love all the crazy way about you.
I love everything about you. I mean, everything.
You're so sweet.
And he's a very kind man. So don't get when I say Scorpios can get angry quickly, they can. But
a little bit impatient.
Yeah, it's the impatience. It's really, that's all it is. It's impatience. And I've learned being with Rodney that that's what it is. And so we work through that. And so, I mean, because at the end of the day, he does love me. At the end of the day, he does respect me. At the end of the day, we talk about everything.
Remember
everything.
She said, really gotta hold on, it really got.
Okay.
Period.
Now you make me feel mushy. Let's talk about California. I remember you said your grandpa come get you and your sister from your dad's house because they weren't taking care of your property. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so I was on the couch one night at this girlfriend's house. I wasn't on the couch, like I went to sleep on the couch from the bed because I was hot. I hear a knock on the door. It's just like a whole bunch of just like talking. I hear my grandfather, he's like, get up, get your stuff, get everything.
Right.
And so the girlfriend, she got my dad on the phone, and my grandfather was like, yeah, I'm taking my grandkids and I'll see you in court.
Wow.
So, he did it in the middle of the night. My grandfather's a smooth criminal, very, very calculated type of personality.
Yeah.
So he brought us up to San Jose. He was married at the time in a toxic relationship. And so he just began raising us. Like, I just remember life getting better after that. My older sister, who spent more time with my dad and who had definitely went through more abuse, she had like a lot of issues, a lot of anger issues, because my father was physically abusive to her.
Okay.
Like my grandfather and her, just like had like a little rough patch at the beginning. And it was crazy because I was thinking to myself, dang, we're just in another bad environment. Like, even at that young age, I was 3 when that happened. But he became very understanding of her, and her attitude changed. And I just remember, like, he'd cook every morning. He would have breakfast for us every morning. Like, we never missed a meal. My grandfather always had food in the house. My grandfather was a military man, so he always was clean, and he's a baby boomer too. So, every Sunday morning, gospel music, Tremaine Hawkins, who else? The woman who made Aretha Franklin, like Mary Don't You Leave. You feel me? So just like that thing. And then, unfortunately, him and his wife's toxic relationship, it just became apparent. Like, she left and came back a few times, and I just didn't understand. Like, at one point they separated. In that first apartment we moved to, he ended up getting an apartment, another apartment in the same unit because they couldn't live together. And so we were with him and stuff like that. And I didn't understand this at the time, but we were with him in that other apartment. She was in her apartment, and my grandfather worked at a casino. He was a dealer. And so he would work all night. He'd come home. I remember one morning he came home and he fixed us breakfast, and he didn't come out of the bathroom. So I went in the bathroom because he was in there for 30 minutes and he was asleep on the toilet.
Wow.
And he was a very hardworking man. He did everything he could, you know. So eventually him and her got back together. We ended up moving to Pleasanton, California, to the suburbs. We always lived in the suburbs. We never lived in the hood. We always lived with white people. So, you know, that was great, except his toxic relationship with her. I'm rewinding back to San Jose. So now I'm remembering when I told you his both my grandfather's parents died. My grandfather went and got his father from Florida. He was sickly. And so one memorable memory that I have of that is I think it was a Christmas. And so my dad came to visit, and basically it was my great grandfather, my grandfather, and my dad all in one. And that was like very, very memorable.
Wow.
Yeah. And I think even like a few other people, like my cousins, came over for a few Christmases or whatever. But yeah, he died like 2 months later. Yeah, and then so going back, yeah, so he gets back with the ex-wife. We moved to California. We moved to Pleasanton. I ended up in Donlin Elementary School in Pleasanton, California. He was still having issues with the wife. Like they would argue bad. Like she called the police on him, told them that he said that he was going to put her out in a box. And one time we went to visit my uncle. This was before my uncle died. We went to visit him. Because when we were in Pleasanton is basically like the culmination of everything, like my uncle dying, my brother dying, me seeing my brother for the first time and him dying. That's when all that happened, when we moved to Pleasanton. So we went to see my uncle for the last time when we was living in Pleasanton, and this is when my uncle was in the wheelchair. The last time I saw my uncle. One thing about my uncle, he loved me very, very dearly. Every single time I saw my uncle, he had a present for me. And this very last time, he pulled a makeup kit from behind his wheelchair when I saw him last. And
I'm so sorry, Tosh.
And then, you know, he passed away. So that happened. And then I ended up seeing my brother, like I said, for the first time. Like my dad would be in and out when we was in Pleasanton also. But he would come visit us, and then him and my grandfather would fall out, and then he would disappear again, and then he would come back. So at one point, you know, this is when I saw my brother for the first time when we was in the when we were in Pleasanton. We went to visit him. Yeah. And so we went to the hospital, and we didn't know it was who he was at first. We were looking at this other child who was laid out in a bed, and then we saw who he was finally. And a brother was just like me, super light skin, curly hair. He was tall. My brother and Suge Knight Sr. have the same birthday, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we went to see him, and my grandfather said, "Come see your brother." And you know, like my brother was like so severely disabled from the accident that he, you know, he couldn't talk, he couldn't do nothing. He was very severely, you know, like. So he told me come see my brother, and I looked at him, and my brother smiled at me, you know, like he knew who I was, you know, like my grandfather said, like, touch him. So I touched his arms, like I just touched his legs, like he looked at me, I touched his face. He knew who I was. And like I said, like a little while later, he was dead. At this point, you know, like I'm just like in school and stuff like that. I'm around a whole bunch of white kids. I didn't even know I was light skinned until I asked my grandfather, you know, why it was that, you know, I didn't look like everybody else in the family, you know, and so I discovered stuff like that. I'm looking at all these people having their moms at school, you know, so one day I'm like, Grandpa, like, you know, where's my mom? You know, like, and what happened and stuff like that. And he explained what happened and stuff. And I said, I want to meet her, you know, I want to meet my mom. So I didn't meet her, you know, until I was like, I would say 6 or 7. We drove to Los Angeles, and my dad was there too. We went to an amusement attraction called the Ferry. And the first time I saw her, like she just hopped out the car. My mom back then, just like right now, just super lively, just super loud, like, you know, just like that fun hot girl, you know. So I saw her, and it was just, was good times. We had good times. And then she started visiting, like once or twice a year when we was in California. And then my grandfather ended up getting his 100% disability, and that's how we ended up in South Carolina. And yeah, that was the end of California. California, after I was taken, from my father. It was good times besides, the dysfunction. We had wonderful Christmases, so many presents under the Christmas tree, like always food in the house, it's just like the only thing I would say wasn't, just like all the best was, my grandfather, he was very big on fashion. So he would just like buy us, the Walmart clothes, the two pieces and stuff like that.
But too, like he was a working man, and maybe like he doesn't have that much money to spare, so he's more worried about feeding you guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Keep the lights on, and he doesn't have the money to go to the mall to buy the latest and greatest. But at least he did the best he could. You know what I mean?
100%. And then after his wife, that wife left him. So, this is what I didn't tell you. So when we got back from visiting my uncle, basically, his wife had decided to leave him permanently. So we came back and all her stuff was just boxed up.
Wow.
Yeah. And that was very traumatic for me. Like he just asked her, he was like, what's going on? She was just like, it was over with. And I was just very, very heartbroken. I was just like, that's crazy. And I was crying real bad. And he was like, she's not your real grandmother, like, so that the blow a little bit, less bad, but I still felt abandoned. But when we, so basically after that, my grandfather's twin sister moved in. So the matriarch and patriarch of our family, George and Mary, the twins, like I said, they had 11 brothers and sisters. So she moved in with us to help him raise us. And basically then we started getting more in contact with her side of the family, which is her son, her only son, and his 4 sons. And like I told you guys before, we spent time with them at their place in Southern California. Her son was married to a white woman. So my cousins are mixed. And so we moved them to South Carolina, bottom part of the map. And then, we moved. And that's when I was in the 4th grade. I started 5th grade in South Carolina. When I left, we saw my ex step grandmother again. Like we ended up stopping at her house just like overnight. And then we left and we moved to South Carolina.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. So before I don't want to end on a sad note, but before I let you go, let's talk about your college days, because that was a happier time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us about that.
So it wasn't all happy. I was in that toxic relationship, and he made things kind of just like hard for me. But man, like I am a bookworm to the fullest. So first of all, getting accepted into the University of South Carolina, my acceptance letter, I didn't want to go to any other college. Like I wanted to go to the University of South Carolina. Like we had moved to New Jersey for a year, but then when I told my grandfather I wanted to go to college in South Carolina, he was like, okay, well, we're going to have to move back for your senior year so you can get that in-state tuition.
That's a big thing.
Yeah. So I got and then I also wanted to go to school in South Carolina also because of my ex. Like I had met him when I was a freshman. We started dating when I was a sophomore, and then we moved and we were still talking. And when I was up in, I should have known, like even just by the way he started acting when I moved away, how he's going to act, but he just started acting very distant. I hacked into his profile from New Jersey and found out he was talking to all these girls. So in my mind, I'm like, I just need to be closer to him so he can focus on me. Of course, that didn't happen. So as we moved back, I ended up falling out with my family. And then my first year of college was very, very hard because, like I said, I had a domestic violence incident with my grandfather on my 18th birthday. It was very traumatizing. So my very first year, it was so hard for me. Like I moved in with my ex and his family. I moved to the hood. I hadn't been to the hood since I was 3 years old. Yeah, so it was like very, very it was hard, and it's just like when you get around people from the hood, they don't really care. You know what I'm saying? Like there's not a lot of empathy, you know? So it's just like ugh, I was just so depressed. It was so rough. But my freshman year, like I was involved in marching band for the University of South Carolina. So that was actually one of the years that we had one of the 3 years we had an 11-2 record for University of South Carolina Gamecocks. That's when Steve Spurrier was still our coach. So we got to go to bowl games. We went 11-2 for 3 years. But like I said, lots of drama that first year. But my second year, my sophomore year was a little bit better. So I ended up, just deciding to go into hospitality management. And to tell you the truth, it was such an easy degree to get. Like it's just like the courses. And it's just like I just flew by them, and that's why I changed from criminal justice to hospitality, because I just knew that going through it mentally that if I chose something hard, like I wasn't going to graduate. I lost my scholarship, my life scholarship, my first year of college, because I was so depressed. My GPA dropped to like a 2.5, and I never got it up. I never got it back. But my sophomore year, things got a little bit better. I was more so involved in the School of Hospitality, which is housed in the Coliseum. So the Coliseum is just like where they used to hold USC football games, but it mainly holds the School for Hospitality, Retail, and Tourism Management, and the Hospitality, Retail, and Sports Management. So it's a school of its own. So I'm just like basically being integrated into, just like a separate college. And of course, at that point, you start seeing the same people. You just start, just like making friendships. So that was cool. My junior year, just like each year of college got better and better until my last year. I will say that. So my junior year, definitely. And so it's just like college, the courses were so immersive. So it was like I had festival, event planning and management. So we went to festivals. We were assigned to go to festivals. We used to take field trips, and we had to do different studies. I took wedding planning and management. We ended up planning a wedding. I learned this awesome technique for cutting a small cake meant for only 5 people into a cake meant for about 50 to 75 people. Third grade. So, yeah, I learned some stuff from that. And then the whole time I'm getting community, like I'm getting to know everybody. And then I started working at Olive Garden. My very first job was working at Olive Garden. Well, it was actually the VA work study my freshman. No, it was my VA work study my sophomore year, and then I ended up getting hired at Olive Garden, my very first job as a host. So Columbia, it's a small town, so I ended up working with a few people that I also went to school with. And then just moving on, like my junior year, I ended up getting hired at Sodexo, which is a company like food distribution, which used to run the food operation at USC. They no longer do, but I ended up working for them. And just like it was a dream. It's just like anytime I went to college, like I got to get away from everything. In college, there's so many events, like so many free. We had like free movies, and we had hip hop Wednesdays. All the racist white people would get on Twitter like, all these niggas out here niggering shit up. And USC, we say you goddamn right, we is. Because the year that I was accepted into USC, that was the only year that they had accepted the most amount of diverse students that they had ever accepted. So there is so many Latinos, so many Blacks. And so moving on, like my senior year, man, like my senior year of college was a breeze. I'm talking about, I had nothing but like at Zumba class, because I forgot to take all my electives. So this is probably like God sent, because it's just like I know God wanted me to just like sail by that last year. So I had Zumba, I did shag dance class. Shag dance is the state dance of South Carolina. It was created by African Americans. It's a cousin of the Charleston, which of course came from Charleston, South Carolina. And then I also took self-defense class. That is the number one thing that I loved about college, because with all my domestic violence experiences, especially when it came to my family and being brutalized by family members, I had always been traumatized by that. So So I ended up getting into self-defense because at this time, Ronda Rousey had gotten, big. She had risen to fame. So my teacher, used her as an example. When I was in college, I was diagnosed with endometriosis, which is, infertility. And I was going through that because of how toxic the relationship was with my ex. 3 years after I moved into my ex's family's house, I ended up getting approved for an apartment. My ex did not want to come. He wanted to stay at home with his mom and his family in a packed ass house. And it was just like, he was just always pushing back. And something happened to where we couldn't afford to keep the lights on in the house, in the apartment, like a month after we got in there. So we had to move back to his parents' house temporarily. Until I started, because also when I was in college, what happened is my grandfather adopted me. So my grandfather, he fought in Vietnam. He's a Vietnam vet. He was wounded in Vietnam. When you are wounded in war and you get a Purple Heart, your dependents get to go to school for free.
Didn't know that.
And there's other benefits, like I was I got $1,000 a month from the VA from those benefits for being in school full time. So basically I was getting very, very big refund checks. Like refund checks are like $4,000 each semester. Plus I was getting $1,000. And now I know that's really the only reason that my ex stayed with me, because I will say that he 100% was just more so all over my money and just like, okay, well, like if you just give me the money to invest in this, that, and the third, that's going to happen. And my stupid ass did it. But I was also in college very entrepreneurial. I started arbitrage on eBay to where I would go to the outlets and pretty much get merchandise for the low and then sell it for the high. That was my first entrepreneurial experience. Try to get into real estate, try to get into tax sales. Like I tried so many get rich quick schemes, like everyone. I really did. Basically, listen, I was just trying to make it. But basically, my senior year, I graduated college December 2015. And that was the beginning of a very, very harsh decade for me that is just now coming to an end. December 2015, I graduated college. And like I told you guys before, 3 days later, my aunt died from AIDS. So.
Yeah.
No, so next time we're going to talk about that decade because we're thriving now and we're going to get to that.
Yeah.
But no, seriously, so thank you for being here, Tash. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
I had a great conversation as usual,